Hey recruits, JJR Gaming here. Don't adjust your PCs or get your phones, this is a real firearm. Now, don't worry, it's safe. I'll show you how. This rifle is what you know as decommissioned. It is safe, the firing pin has been removed. I'll even show you right now that the gun will not go off even if I cock it. But I won't go into as I'm not stupid, I know that would get quite a bit of attention, but if I aim it up and pull the trigger, no sound, nothing. The gun is safe. So, safety notes aside, this is legal. I bought it from this company. This and that's a shop down in Beckenham which actually ironically sold this to me for £140. Private collection, there's. So, legal stuff, safety bullshit out of the way. Let's talk about the gun itself. So as I said already, this is the US M1 Garand battle rifle. I'll explain that a bit more in a bit. So let me start with the rounds that this thing would carry. It had an 8-round clip which you would insert into here. So I would basically pull this back. So I pull it back, load my rounds, push the clip back forward. So now it's going to be hot. Let me just check. Snope's gun's still dead. I haven't cocked it. So 8-round clip. We'd go grab it, pull that back, push rounds in, push forward. Your gun is now ready to fire. It had 63mm of powder space. Which was a lot more than most of its contemporary counterparts. It was 30-06 caliber, so it was heavier than the British 303, Russian 7.62, and the only thing that was bigger than the 303 or the 30-06 that this thing did carry was the German 7.92. But that's another video for another time. This series I will be doing guns which I either get my hands on at festivals, if I ever go to one, or if I do purchase something and I think it deserves video. So, like I said, purchase my own money. So, 30-06 caliber. It was designed by John C. Garand, who was Canadian born in the US. He worked at Springfield Armoury, people who make a lot of the US guns. Started the inventing process in 1924, so only 4 years after the end of hostilities, and it was commissioned into the US Armed Forces in 1936, 3 years before the war began. Now, this gun is unique in several ways, and I will explain the first of which. Notice, if you have a look how easy I'm able to move it around. It's rugged, it's heavy, but you can easily move it. Second of all, it is a semi-automatic. You will not see a bolt anywhere on this. This is the loading mechanism. This is not the bolt. The bolt would be the British Enfield, which I will cover in another video, because I've got someone who can help me with that. But this was a semi-automatic firing rifle, butt stock, so it fits solidly. You can aim it with your chin, you'll aim down sight, and wherever it pops up, you kill. So not only is this thing solid, but also, just a bit distracted. But basically, what we now going to do is explain to you the semi-automatic firing capabilities of the gun. Now, it worked with a very unique prospect with the firing mechanism. Every time you pull this trigger, when the bullet fired, it would travel down the barrel, and when it exited here, gases are pumped back in through the barrel, up to here, so up to around here, which then pushes forward a pin, which ejects the spent casing out, and loads in a new round from the clip. When you run dry, so after you've shot your 8 rounds, so bang, 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 blah, 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 etc. The gun makes a distinctive ping as the clip or magazine is ejected. Now this was called the Garand Ping, and it could be AGI's death in battle. So what the guys would do is they would take a clip from their pouch. I don't have an actual Garand clip because I'm not an idiot. They'd get it, you'd throw it down on the ground, enemy would pop their head up, bang. That's one dead Japanese or German, depending on who you're fighting. Yeah, I'm not racist, I'm just telling the facts here. All in all, it had a muzzle velocity of 2,700 feet per second. It would go through wood, trees, probably through metal if you managed to get it heavy enough. George Patton himself said it was the greatest battle implement ever devised. It was an advantage for the US Armed Forces because most nations of this time were using bolt actions, for example the British Lee Enfield, which, like I said, again I will be covering in another video of the Armoury. Spiral groove, the way that the rifle actually works is, I shouldn't be doing this, but I don't really give a fuck about stuff. Down the barrel here are what are spiral grooves known as rifling. This puts spin on the bullet as it comes out. This was a vast improvement over most firearms back in the day. Now this rifling was around in World War II, but I'll save that for another video on the history of rifles. But the spiral groove would make the bullet spin, thus increasing accuracy. This thing did have a drawback, however. When the gun is fired, the parts are moving as the bullet is actually fired. So this will throw off your accuracy. If you're aiming at the same point and firing multiple rounds, your gun will move as you fire. Now, this was not a problem with, say, I don't know, a bolt action, because the gun only moves when the bolt is worked. But unfortunately for the old Garand here, that was to be one of its problems and downfalls. But this gun, considering it was developed in 1924 and put into service in 1936, this weapon survived until the Korean War, where it fought in Korea from 1946 to 1952, I think. It served the US military for years, and these things, you can actually go to the States and actually get a real one that fires. Of course, I bought it from a shop in the UK, so this thing will never fire again. I just like having a bit of sentimental value for the US military. This thing was the standard battle rifle for any new recruit. There was one drawback, however, with the loading mechanism, which I'm going to explain. What would happen is you pull this back. Now, the only thing that would keep it from going forward was the magazine clip. Now, after you've loaded all the magazine bullets in, the gun had a nasty habit of pushing forwards. And if the poor sod's fun was still in there, I'll leave that to your imagination, because it's too gruesome to describe on camera. But all in all, sturdy battle rifle, could take a hell of a beating, and because I don't have a bayonet, if I was engaging someone in melee combat, I'd simply bash them around the head with it and then go bash them around the head. Of course, I would never do that, but it was, like I said, greatest battle implement ever designed. The rifle that won World War II, it was known as. The Germans got their hands on a few of these things actually, in Africa, I think. It was used by the British in small numbers, Canadian military as well. It was also exported to some of the US's allies, and all South Koreans used them. And if I remember my history, the Germans captured a few of these things, and it led to the development of Gewehr 43, Russian-made firearm, not Russian, German-made. Now, this thing has standard iron sights, but, well, I'm not really going to go into any more detail about the sights now, I've wasted too much time. But yeah, brilliant firearm, I love it, and the only thing that compares to it is the British and the Enfield, because the Lee Enfield carried more rounds, a slower rate of fire. This thing a well-trained soldier in the US military could pop off 50 rounds a minute with this thing, if he was quick in reloading. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all bases covered, so thank you recruits so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and keep the comment section clean. I know there'll be a few haters, but if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. I'm sick and tired of reading hate, but of course now I've just signed my death warrant saying that. Don't worry about me with the firearm, it's alright. I know proper firearm safety law, that's why I pointed at the sky, so I wouldn't damage anything if the gun did go off. But anyway, all this legal crap aside, just so I kind of police call to me. If you do call the police, well, sucks to be you, you can't arrest me. So anyway, thank you so much, recruits. JJR Gaming signing out. Like I said, like, subscribe, all that crap really, like in most videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.